Hey guys, it's Licious Kid from Climax Combo, and we are back with another Leaks of the Week. Finally, we are all caught up. Finally done with a couple exams, so everything's caught up now. And finally, we are starting to show cards again that are currently being leaked. So yeah, um, and this week features Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works booster pack. The trial deck did come out last week, so now they are starting to show the booster pack. And yeah, I'm actually quite excited for this booster. I don't own a lot of the cards. I own a couple Fate Zero cards, but I like Fate. I think it's a very cool series. I enjoy the series a lot. And Fate, honestly, is kind of a weak set right now, at least in Japan. I don't imagine it doing very well in English either, but in Japan, it's not the strongest set, so you don't see that many players run it. Um, so yeah, kind of hoping that this set will possibly bring Fate back up to par, or bring Fate up to par with the rest of the series, because yeah, it'd be cool to see Fate running around and causing some trouble. So yeah, if you guys are not familiar, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works is actually introducing a new mechanic. It is called the Resonance mechanic, and we will see that further into this uh, video, as a couple cards this week does feature the new Resonance ability. So it should be a fairly interesting video. So I guess with that out of the way, let's get started. First off is a Shiro. He's a 105k double R, so right off the bat a double R. And Shiro, to no surprise, he is Master and Weapon, and he combos with the Flare Trigger here. What he does is when he declares an attack with the Flare Trigger, you may pay cost, which is 1. If you do, this card gains plus 2k power and the following ability until the end of the turn. When this card reverses its opponent in battle, search your deck for up to one Master or Servant character, show it to your opponent, and then add it to your hand. Of course, once again, the stock or the Flare Trigger is a Climax Common. Kinda weird, Climax Common comboing with double R. Oh well. Anyways, this Shiro, I think is a fairly solid card. Double R worthy. Yeah, I think so. These searchers, these level 1 searching climax combos are very powerful nowadays, like the Shimikaze climax combo, I'm sure many of you guys know of, and the stock 1 soul climax combo in Girlfriend Beta, the yellow one. Um, of course, the downside to this compared to those is that this card must pay 1 compared to the Shimikaze and compared to the Girlfriend Beta variant. Also, he must successfully reverse his opponent's character, which of course the other two have to as well, but the fact is that he has to pay the 1 on attack. So if you pay the 1 and you don't successfully reverse your opponent, then you excuse me, then you paid 1 to accomplish nothing. You just kind of wasted 1 stock, which sucks. However, still, despite the it's debatable on if he's worse than the others because he combos with the Flare Trigger, and honestly, Flare Trigger is pretty good. With how fast-paced the meta can be nowadays, especially at level 3, having triggering a Flare Trigger can really push for unexpected damage. So the fact that he triggers with a Flare Trigger is, I think, pretty cool. So yeah, compared to the stock 1 soul slash 2k1 that the other two combo with, and those kind of can potentially mess up your end game, while the Flare Trigger at the end game can really help you out. So I think the fact that he combos with the Flare Trigger is really cool. And yeah, if you pay the 1 and if you don't reverse, then you don't search. However, of course, it is on your part that you should, of course, only do the combo when you feel like you will successfully reverse something, guaranteed. And you get a lot of benefits. You get to search for a Master or Servant character, which is which is pretty much the bulk of the series. If you're not familiar, Fate does have a lot of traits. They have Master, Weapon, Servants. Those are pretty much the main ones. But they also have other like wonky traits like Homunculus, which is like what's her name? Ilya's mom. Trying to think of a couple other, but they do have like other traits running around. But the bulk of the series is Master and Servant. So the fact that he can search both Master and Servant is really nice, which means he can search out most of the Fate series. So yeah, Shiro is, I think, a very solid card, and since it might give players a reason to run yellow now, because before, yellow is not the strongest of colors. Usually I see red, blue, or green, or a combination of the three. Never really see yellow as the main color in a Fate deck against all the ones I've played. So perhaps this Shiro will give an incentive for players, or for Fate players, to choose yellow. So yeah, interesting card, and I do think it's very solid. So yeah, Awesome job, Shiro. It's interesting that he's number 2, because if you don't know how the double R rarities go, they're ordered from lowest level to highest level. So the level 1 will not be a level 3 or a level 2. It will be a level 0 or a level 1, just like Shiro. But I'm imagining that there's going to be a level 3 for yellow, like a level 3 Saber double R yellow. So I'm assuming so, because I think it'd be kind of weird if they didn't give Saber a level 3 yellow, since she is Type Moon's cash cow. So I'm assuming that there's going to be more than 2 double R's for yellow in this set, just because, I mean, Saber has to get a level 3 double R. She's, Type Moon's girl. Anyways, that's just me thinking ahead, but yeah. So in general, Shiro, good card. Let's go on to Tuesday. Next up is Rin 001500R Master and Jewel. What she does is all your other Rin or archers gain Clock Encore. So quite an interesting card. Um, yeah, I mean, quite self-explanatory. All your Archer and Rins gain Clock Encore, so of course you should be using this card in your Archer slash Rin heavy decks. And, since this is Unlimited Blade Works, this set should be focused mainly on Rin slash Archer cards, so I'm assuming there are going to be many good Rin slash Archer cards into this booster. So this card does have a lot of potential, because, of course, giving all your Rin slash Archers Clock Encore is a very good thing. Fate already has something very similar to this in the Avenger, in the Hollow Axteria, I can't pronounce that, and the Hollow Extra Booster, where they had the Avenger that gave all Master traits Clock Encore. Of course, that did affect Rin as well, because she's the Master. However, it did not affect Archer, because, he's not a Master. So now that this Rin can give Clock Encore to all of herself and to Archers, means that this card does have a lot of potential if the Archer slash Rin cards are good. Of course, since it says Archer, I'm sure it's going to affect Gilgamesh as well, because I'm sure Gilgamesh will be gaining a couple cards in this set, and it should be affecting all the other previous Gilgameshes in the past. So Rin, lots of potential, and we'll just have to see if the Archer slash Rin cards or deck is worth it. But right off the bat, I'm trying to think if there's really any really good Archer slash Rin cards. Well, of course, there's the Archer Rin level 3. I think in the first booster, the one that combos with the +2 soul. We'll have to see if that's still relevant to the decks later on, but as of right now, that card is not bad at all. Of course, Rin did get her new level 3 in the TV, which is also not the worst card ever. For level 2s and level 1s, I'm trying to think of really good Archer slash Rin cards that you want to be running Clock Encore for, and I can't really think of it at the top of my head, so perhaps if the series get more better level 1s and level 2s for archers, then this card will become usable and good. I failed to mention, but I'm not exactly a Fate player. I don't like I said, I own a couple cards, and I played against a decent amount of Fate players in the past, but like I said, I don't own the series, so if I'm missing some obvious synergy, or if you guys think that I am missing something, then please, of course, like always, let us know in the comments below. But like I said, I can't think of any other really good Archer slash Rin cards you can use at the moment, and I don't think an Archer slash Rin deck variant is really good. But of course, we'll have to see what Unlimited Blade Works has to offer to see if this Clock Encore is good, because of course it has a lot of potential. So more Rin cards, 001500R, Master and Jewel, as per usual. What she does is when she's played from hand to stage, look at the top card of your deck and either place it to the top or to your waiting room, which is nice. And she has a Brainstorm. Pay 1, mill top 4 cards. For every climax amongst those cards, perform the following action once. Choose a card or choose a character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. Then discard 1 card from your hand and put it to the waiting room. So she is, as you can see, a spammable Brainstorm, and a very good one at that. Well, actually, first off, her first effect, look at top, place it to waiting room, or leave it at top. Nice effect, gives you a nice good trigger check to see if you're going to trigger or not. And of course, you can put unwanted cards into the waiting room on play. So Rin on play is fairly good, and also her Brainstorm is very good. Nothing uncommon. We have seen these graveyard fetching Brainstorms in the past, and of course, in the past they have proven to be useful. Like the Idolmaster producer one's really good. The Angel Beats one is really good, and so nonetheless, and the Little Busters one is really good, the Haruka. So nonetheless, this spammable brainstorm should be a welcome addition to the series. I believe the other spammable brainstorm people opted to use in the past was the Kaleidoscope Ruby one. That one was kind of the same thing. However, it only searched out Rins and it grabbed them from the deck. And why only grab Rins? This Rin allows you to grab um, any card in the waiting room and then do the hand fix. Unlike the Rin from the Kaleidoscope Ruby Rin, which only lets you grab Rins from the deck. So I think this will be the new spammable brainstorm of choice in the new Fate decks because of course it is a very solid spammable brainstorm. So definitely a solid addition and a welcome addition to the Fate series. On to Wednesday, Saber's Day, 002 2500R, Servant and Weapon. What she does is when this card declares an attack, choose one other master or servant and gains plus 1500 power until the end of the turn. So not a bad card at all. She sits at 2/5, which is okay, I guess. But on attack, she gets to pump something 1500 with no restrictions. Of course, the only downside is that she has to give the power to another character. She can't give it to herself. So if you turn one, draw this, and your opponent has like a 3/5 level 0, then you can't really kill it with the saber because she has to pump other things. So that kind of sucks. But of course, later into the game, she gives extra power to your other characters to successfully reverse them, and it's a good amount. It's 1500, so quite a respectable amount of power that she offers. Next up, we have the first Resonance card in the series. It's a 1/1500 uncommon servant and weapon. She has the Resonance ability. So the Resonance is reveal one Heroic Spirit Saber from your hand. During the start of your climax phase, you may pay cost. If you do, this card gains plus 2k until the end of the turn. The Heroic Spirit Saber that you must reveal is, of course, the level 0 that I just went over. Heroic Spirit Saber, as you can see. So from what it looks like, it seems like the Resonance ability requires you to reveal a card in your hand of a certain name to give the character on your field extra benefits. And from what it seems like, it's during your climax phase, but later into but I think that may change. But as of right now, this seems to be like during the start of your climax phase, you must reveal a certain specific card for the character on your field to gain extra benefits. So let's see, the Saber here, does she get enough benefits for you to run the Resonance? So during your climax phase, you reveal the level 0, and like I've said, I do think this level 0 is very solid. She's not like bad, so I don't think you're not hurting your deck if you're running this Saber, in my opinion. However, she gets plus 2k until the end of the turn, and of course it's only on offense. So if you play her Resonance, then she'll be a 107k until the end of the turn. It's not bad at all. I mean, her hitting costless 7k on offense is pretty good. Next turn, yes, she will die. However, I'm pretty sure when you Resonance, her being 7k base, I think she will have enough power for you to at least kill one thing during your opponent's turn. And the Fate series does have a powerful Servant backup. They have the 1125 Servant backup. So on defense, she would at least be 1175 if you did use that backup with her, which is not bad. So maybe with the powerful backup that Fate does have, maybe she can live for multiple turns. If you can constantly Resonance, then I don't think that would be too bad at all. Of course, I do think this Saber is pretty good because she gives a lot of power to other characters. However, is this card worth running 4 of? I don't know. I think it's a good 2 to 3 of, but to keep this combo consistent, perhaps you'll have to run 3 or 4. And if you don't have enough deck space to run 3 or 4 of these Sabers, then maybe it's not as good. I'm curious to see if other Resonance Saber cards, like if there's another Saber that has a Resonance ability, if it'll Resonance with this Saber. Because if multiple cards Resonance with this level 0 Saber, then running 4 of her isn't bad. But if this is the only card that Resonates with this, then I'm not too sure how much I like this Saber. Because, for level 1 lineup, if you're running yellow for level 1, you might as well be running 4 of the Shiro, in my opinion, and his respective climax combo. And then at that point, you have more space for just 105Ks. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, and since the Shiro gets to search out Master or Servant, it makes the Resonance ability more easier. So I guess another plus to him. But anyways, Saber, Resonance ability is not bad, and like I said, I do like this level 0. I think it's good, but I don't know. Is it powerful enough to run like 4 of and run it with her? Um, I think we'll just have to see. But it's not bad, not terrible, and I do think it's playable, definitely playable. But the deck space is the only problem that I can think of right now because, like I said, Shiro I think is going to be an automatic 4 of in the yellow build, and then is your level 1 lineup gonna? Do you want to clock up more level 1s with a card like this? When Shiro kind of does the same thing. I mean, with the climax combo, he hits 8k because 2k from him and 1k from that. So, I don't know. We'll see. If other cards resonance with the saber, then perhaps having like a little resonance engine of sabers can be possible, but I think we'll just have to see if that's possible. So on to Thursday, 2-1 AKR battle with Soichiro Saber, Servant and Weapon, which of course, once again, she combos with this Flare Trigger you see here. When this card declares an attack with the Flare Trigger, you may pay cost, which is 1. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose one Servant or Master amongst them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, discard the remaining amount, and this card gains plus 5k until the end of the turn. And once again, the Flare Trigger is here. Kind of weird they're having 2 Flare Triggers in one booster. I guess because Fate is such an action-packed anime. Perhaps they want to make it more action-packed by allowing them to run 8 Flare Triggers. Who knows? But so they have 2 Flare Triggers, and this one is a climax rare. Oddly enough, the one comboing with the double R is a climax common, but the one comboing with the R is a climax rare. Oh well. Um, but this saber, her, it's kind of meh because she's 2-1 8k, so very low power. Um, her climax combo, it's not bad because it's a it's a free filter because you pay the 1 and you get to look at top 4 and then you add 1 Servant or Master amongst it and add it to your hand and then she gets plus 5k, so she'll be 14k at least when you use their combo for the turn, and you break even because you just search for a Master or Servant. However, the fact that you already have this Shiro, I think kind of makes this Saber pointless because if you're running this Shiro, you are already running 4 flare triggers, and at that point, you're not gonna run 8 flare triggers. Like as awesome and as annoying as that may be, don't run eight flare trigger, guys. Run gates with it, buck pants, whatever. Just try to get some plussing going on with it as well. So the fact that this Shido's already here, he kind of does the same thing. He gains power, he gets to search, and he gets to search for anything on top of that. Yes, he does have to reverse something, but shouldn't be too hard to accomplish, to be honest. So he gains big power, he gets to search, and you get to do it as early as level 1. And the Shido himself is costless, which is a pretty big deal compared to the Saber. The Saber costs 1, so if you're not comboing for the turn and you play Saber, you're playing a very underpowered card. But Shido, if you don't use his climax combo for the turn, whatever, he's costless and he gains you a stock. Saber underpowered and she costs 1. So if you're not comboing with her for the turn, she's really a dead card. And why wait to level 2 to search? And she can only search off the top 4 cards. Shiro can search from anywhere in the deck, and he can do it as early as level 1. And since he can do it as early as level 1, then you can start resonancing ASAP. So I do think Shiro is better than Saber, and because of that, I don't think the Saber has a point because you're not gonna run 8 flare triggers. Let's be honest. So Shiro, good card. Saber, not bad, but overshadowed by Emiya, in my opinion. So unfortunate. I don't think you're gonna be. I don't think anyone's gonna be running this so long as Shiro is around. So yes. And let's go on Friday, like always, the cool cards. And the first one off the bat is this Archer, 3/2 10k double R. He's number 53. So there's at least going to be 3 red double R's in the series because 51 is a double R, 52 is a double R, and so since he's 53, it's a clear indication that there is going to be 3 red double R's. And since there are 3 red double R's, I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if there's 3 yellow double R's, and of course the third one to having to be Saber. So I don't know how the double R lineup is going to be for Fate. Are they going to like botch a color? Like, are they gonna like, you know, have yellow, have red, or black, have green, have less double R's, have blue, have less double R's, or is the series just going to have a plethora, like 9 double R's, like Love Live did, or 10 double R's, like Love Live did in the second booster? So we'll have to see how the double R ratio is. But anyways, so on to Archer 3210K, one like I said, servant and weapon to no surprise. Um, of course, he has an Archer in his name, so he works with the Clock Encore and all the other Archer synergy cards. What he does is if all your Master or Servant, if all your characters have the Master or Servant trait, he gains plus 1k, and shouldn't be too hard to accomplish. His second effect is when this card declares an attack, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Master or Servant character, deal X damage to your opponent where X is the level of that character. Of course, damage can be cancelled, and he has the Resonance ability with Proof of Contract Rin, which is right here. And during the start of your climax phase, if you did Resonance, he gains plus 2k until the end of the turn. I guess we'll go over Proof of Contract Rin. This card may look familiar because it is. It is a reprint of the Suicider that we saw in the TD last week. So exact same card. I'll just go over it really quickly. 0, 0, 1500 uncommon, Master and Jewel. Level 0 Suicider, and she has an effect of put her to rest. Choose an archer, it gains plus 15. However, that archer can't attack a character lower level than it for the turn. I already stated my opinion on Rin, so I guess I'm not going to go too in-depth into it, but she's a level 0 Suicider, so she's already playable right off the bat. Her second ability, of course, is only really good if you're having a archer-heavy deck. But like I said, right now I can't really think of very good archer beaters in the series, so I don't think her second effect is going to come into effect too often, because she has to place herself to rest, so the fact that you have to put her into the back to rest her to give power kind of sucks, and she doesn't like really do anything in the back row, like she doesn't give any passive power. But so yeah, this Rin is her second effect in my opinion is meh, but her being a level 0 Suicider makes her very easy to splash into your deck, which is really nice because since she is the Resonator for Archer, running a 4 of her should be no problem at all because she's a level 0 Suicider, and you should always run level 0 Suiciders. Of course, the only downside is the Kiritsugu Suicider from Fate Zero, I think is better than this Rin because he is a stock Suicider, and if you're running the level 3 Archer and you want to Resonance, then I don't think you're going to be running the Kiritsugu Suicider along with the Rin, because you're going to run 3 to 4 Rins if you want to resonate consistently. And if you are doing that, do you want to run more level 0 Suiciders? It's possible. You can go up to like 5 or 6 level 0 Suiciders. And, add a couple Kiritsugu ones with her. But, that might take up a lot of space in your level 0, so kind of sucks. Because, like I said, I do think the Kiritsugu is better. But if you do want to resonance consistently, then you're going to have to run multiple Rins. Not the end of the world, because, level 0, she's still a level 0 Suicider. She gets the job done just fine. So, not the end of the world. But, kind of hurts, but I'm sure the Fate players will get over it. So with that out of the way, Archer. First effect, very easy to accomplish because like I said, the bulk of the series is Master or Servants, so he should usually be 11k base all the time. His second effect it's kind of new. The other card that first had this effect is the level 3 Miki from Idolmaster. And this second effect is quite devastating because you attack and you pretty much get a free attack if it works. You reveal top. If it's a Master or Servant, you deal X to your opponent, where X is the level of that character. So if you hit a level 3, you deal 3 damage for no reason. You paid no stock for that attack, no climax combo, you just, boom, 3 damage. If you hit a level 2, boom, 2 damage. You hit a level 1, boom, 1 damage. Of course, if you hit a level 0, no damage. And of course, if you hit a climax, no damage. And once again, if you hit an event, no damage. So, but it is completely free, so that is the downside to this card. He can hit for a lot of damage, or even if he hits for just 1 damage, that's such a big deal. Like, he dealt 1 damage for no reason. So good if he works. But if he doesn't work, then it just kind of sucks. So the second effect is really good, but of course it can really be inconsistent. as you guys know, if you guys keep up with the channel, my friend Domo does run an Idolmaster deck. He runs the level 3 Miki because Miki is his waifu, so he runs her all day, every day, and he always grabs her, so I always see her once per duel. Um, and he has a signed one, so yeah. Um, so the level 3 Miki is, he's won a lot of games with the level 3 Miki, but he's also lost a lot of games with the level 3 Miki because, Idolmaster does have a lot of events. So the level 3 Miki becomes a little more iffy, I guess, in the Idolmaster variant because she has a chance of hitting events. She has it, and yeah. So on top of the level zeros, or to summarize, my friend has lost a lot of games where Miki hasn't really done anything for him. Like Miki usually level 3 lasts like what 2 to 3 4 turns. If Miki like attacks, hits a level 0, um, and next turn you hand encore her, she attacks, misses. At that point, she kind of hurts you more than helps you because you essentially are playing a level 2 vanilla or a level 3 vanilla that's just 10k base with hand encore. Like if like cards like Archer slash Miki, if they don't hit anything for like 1 or 2 attacks, like if they miss 1 attack, that's like whatever. If they miss the second attack, then like that really sucks. Like that kind of pushes you far behind. But so yeah, this second effect can help you. It's kind of inconsistent because of course you can either hit or miss. But if you do hit, then you do get a lot of benefits off of it. Because as much as I say that, my friend has won a lot of games and my friend has lost a lot of games because of Miki. Because sometimes she just kind of sits there and does nothing and kind of takes up level 3 slots and just really doesn't do anything for the game. So yeah. He doesn't have clock. He doesn't have hand encore like the level 3 Miki, but of course, if you use him with Rin and you want to be a little, if you're feeling a little daring, then you can run her in clock encore. But yeah, his resonance ability is not bad. He gains plus 2k, so if on top of the 1k he gains from having a full field of Master of Servants, you can make him 13k base if you do resonance. But despite saying that, I don't think you have to resonance with this guy. He's already 11k base, so he's already quite powerful, and he's honestly here for his second effect. His second effect is really good, like I said, hit or miss, but nonetheless still very good and still very scary. And his third effect is not necessary. Like, yeah, it gives him power, but it's not the end of the world if you don't resonance. So perhaps, if you run this archer, don't feel like you always have the resonance because he's honestly really here for a second ability. So the resonance is kind of like the icing on the cake, but I don't think it's like super necessary. Like don't feel inclined to always hold this Rin in your hand so you can always resonance with the level 3 archer. Like if you don't have any other cards to play in your hand, just slap down the Rin and don't resonance for the turn. And perhaps with me saying that, perhaps you can run the level 3 archer and you don't have to run the resonator maybe. Like maybe people opt to run the Kiritsugu Suicider, like just run Kiritsugu Suicider, don't run Rin Suicider, and then you maybe just run the Archer because he's still really good. He's still 11k base and he still burns for X damage. So, still really solid without the resonating. So perhaps you don't even need to resonate with him because, like I said, I do think the Kiritsugu is better than the Rin. So perhaps you don't even have to run any of the Rins in the first place. So I think we'll just have to see down the line if players choose to do that. But I wouldn't be surprised if people don't want to resonate because it's not that big of a deal him gaining 2k power. So yeah, and overall Archer, good card. Very welcome addition to the series. Yeah, very welcome addition to the series. Rin, we've already talked about. Lastly, 2/1/2/5 uncommon backup servant and weapon. He resonates. Oh, he resonates with the same Rin. I didn't realize that. When you back up, you may pay cost, which is resonance. Show the same Rin in your hand. And if you do, choose one of your battling characters. It gains plus 1k power, and it's a 2/5 backup in the first place. So when you use the 2/5 backup, you resonance, you show the Rin, and then it becomes a 3/5 backup until the end of the turn, which is awesome. Okay, I guess that's more reason to play the Rin. Having access to a 3/5 backup is pretty good. But they already have a very powerful 1/1/2/5 backup. But I guess it doesn't hurt having more powerful backup. So, and he's not tied to the servant trait. He's tied. He can always do it. So, okay, yeah, good resonate, good backup for Fate. And yeah, if you're running the resonator, then why not run a couple of these archers and go with it? Huh. If there's more cards that resonate with this Rin, then I guess the Kiritsugu idea is gone, and I guess you might as well run the Rin. Okay, I guess if you're running these cards, forget what I said. Run the Rin, and then go ham with the resonating. So I guess with this, perhaps Rin will be the resonator for all the Archer cards. I think that would be interesting. Like all the resonating Archer cards only work with this Rin. I think that would be pretty cool, and that would be make the resonating mechanic much better. I think that would be interesting. But as we can see, one card can resonate with multiple other cards. So I wouldn't be surprised if this Saber resonated with other sabers. So the value and the potential of this saber has gone up dramatically now that we have seen that you can actually resonate with multiple cards. So yeah. And that is all for this video. 30 minutes, a little shorter than usual. Usually they're like 40 minutes because I just talk too much. But anyways, still, that ends the first week of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works trial deck, or not trial deck, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works booster pack, and I do think it's an interesting and exciting week. First day, very good card, double R. Yes, I do think he's double R worthy, and I do think his combo is good, so I do think Shido is awesome. I don't like Shido, I think he's a dumbass, but I can't deny that this card is good. Rin, of course, this being the Unlimited Blade Works booster pack, of course, as we can see, has heavy emphasis on Archer and Rin. So, of course, keep an eye out for this card because I do think it will be good. Hopefully, I mean, it should be good, right? I mean, there has to be good Archer and Rins. Of course, very good Spammable Brainstorm, usable in any build, Master, Servant build, what have you. Awesome Spammable Brainstorm. Oh, you can even use the first effect in conjunction with the level 3 and guarantee, or pseudo guaranteed, the burn. That's cool. Saber, good card. This one, level 1 lineup, how much are you willing, like, how tight can it be? We'll have to see. If this Saber resonates with other cards, then you might as well run a couple of these 1-0s. But if this is the only resonator for the Saber, we'll just have to see how it goes. But I do think this will be the resonator for multiple cards, so I do think the playability of this card just does jump up a bit. Thursday, not good because Shido is way better. So yeah. And Friday, yes, Archer, good card. Of course, level 0 Suicider makes it super easy to splash in, and a very good backup that is not trait dependent, which is good. And that does conclude the leaks of this week. For this week, like I said, I'm not a Fate player. I have played a good amount of Fate players in the past, so I have a small idea of the series. I've played against Master builds, Master variants, Servant variants, that stupid heal variant with the damn blue event. I guess that's which is the Master variant. So yeah, but like I said, I don't know all the cards. I don't know the small cards. I don't know like the small intricate cards that can have like good synergy, like hidden synergy with a couple of these cards. So if there are good synergy cards that synergize well with the cards shown today, then of course, like always, do please let us know in the comments below. But that is all for this video, guys, and until next time.